We are the masters of our fate. That the task which has been set us is not above our strength. That its pangs and toils are not beyond our endurance. As long as we have faith in our cause and an unconquerable willpower, salvation will not be denied us.
Do you think that you've mastered the art of leadership just because you read Sun Tzu's Art of War? Do you think carrots and sticks are the alpha and the omega of motivating people? It's time to ditch these antiquated playbooks. Let me show you how behavioral economics can help nudge your team towards excellence and turn you into the Jedi Master of leadership. So let me tell it to you straight. People aren't always rational. Behavioral economics, the love child of psychology and economics, teaches us just that. Forget the old school economic theory that suggests that you treat humans like perfectly logical robots. Your team members are more like Homer Simpson than Spock. So how do you lead a team of Homers? Let's take O-Power, for example. The energy company simply nudged consumers by showing them how their energy use compared to their neighbors. No discounts, no penalties, just a nudge. The result? A significant drop in energy consumption. Your first nudge, use social proof to your advantage. Instead of dictating change, show how everybody else is already doing what it is that you want them to do. It's brilliant. It works at home with your kids as well. Remember the Save More Tomorrow program? Behavioral economist Richard Thaler and his colleague created a behavioral finance strategy to help people save for retirement. The idea is to get employees to commit saving a higher percentage of their future salary increases, thus increasing their retirement savings over time without feeling the financial burden immediately. The strategy capitalizes on the psychological comfort of committing to a future action rather than taking an immediate hit, making it more palatable for people to save. The result was a triple increase in saving rates. What's the lesson for you? Consider this. People are more willing to make sacrifices or adopt new behaviors if they don't have to feel the discomfort immediately. By setting up systems where a team can commit to the future of improvements or sacrifices, you're effectively creating a runway for change, making it more likely to stick. Google's Project Aristotle, an internal research project aimed at deciphering the formula for creating effective teams, found that psychological safety, not talent, was the key to high-performing teams. So how can behavioral economics help? Nudge people into risk-taking by creating a culture that rewards experimentation and doesn't punish failure on those experiments. Apple, too, nudges its users to adopt for healthier choices through its screen time feature. It doesn't lock you out of your phone, it just makes you aware. So how does this translate to leadership? Transparency, providing clear, actionable insights into performance can change behavior more effectively than vague feedback. And Duolingo, their streak feature. Duolingo, the language learning platform, uses the principle of loss aversion to keep users coming back. The longer your consecutive learning days streak on the platform, the less you want to break it. So your leadership takeaway to that is implement a system that celebrates consecutive wins or milestones, making your team less willing to break their positive behavioral streaks, thereby creating a culture that values consistency and long-term commitment. So, do you still think that a rigid hierarchy and conventional rewards are what you need for effective leadership? The smartest and most effective leaders, teachers, parents, priests, and coaches today are those who understand the quirks of human behavior and know how to nudge it for the greater good and everybody's advantage. So which of these are you going to leverage to drive positive behavior on your team or in your family or your peer circle starting today? Number 1, social proof. Show, don't just tell. Let your team see the change that you want. Number 2, delayed pain. Plan systems that delay pain in the future for actions taken today. Number 3, psychological safety. Reward experimentation and calculated risks. Number 4, transparency. Clear insights beat vague feedback every time. And number 5, loss aversion. Implement a reward system to celebrate consistent wins and positive behavioral streaks. You can attempt to operate from the dark ages of leadership and be the boss who commands and tries to control, or you can be the leader who nudges their team towards excellence. It's your call, but only one approach is built for the 21st century. Are you ready to evolve? If you are, tell us that in the comments below.